Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Hare. Okay. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda. All right, so let's see, what should we read here? Let's see, how about we'll read something Lord Caitanya in Madhya Lila, I think, here. Madhya Lila. Chapter 25 of Madhya Lila. How the residents of Varanasi became Vaishnavas. This is in Madhya Lila, chapter 25. Jai Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Jesus Christ, and all glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to my dear friends here. Yeah, all glories. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's try this out here. After converting into Vaishnavas all the residents of Varanasi, who were headed by the sannyasis, and after completely educating and instructing Sanatana Goswami, you know what I'm going to do? Since I don't have any readers here, and I want to save my voice a little bit, I'm going to find this chapter. Actually, I'm going to find another chapter that I was listening today that was really nice, and I'll save my voice for maybe talking about it. So that's what I'm going to do on YouTube here. So let me just 1 second here. Let me do this here. Hare Krishna. Yeah, these are. I recommend listening to these things. They're really nice. By Amala Bhaktidas. Let's see. This is Chaitanya. There's a whole series, and they're free on YouTube. You can just listen to them. Yeah. So this is going to be. Okay, I probably have to do this. Let's have to see how the sound works on this here, or if it even does work with this microphone. Okay, this is I got a reader here. You want to read? You like reading?
I heard you had a problem with your voice, so I'm here.
I got a reader here. Oh, here we go. Well, let's try this a little bit. I'm going to try this technique here.
Yeah, try it then.
Yeah, let's try this thing here. Oh, here we go. Well, let's try this a little bit. I'm going to try this technique here. Okay.
Yeah, try it then.
Yeah. Okay, mute your microphone. Is it your microphone? There we go. Okay. All right. So, can you guys hear that little sound in the background? The music. There's some music. Can you? Okay. I think your microphone's not muted there. I think. All right. Let's see. Okay. Let's try this.
Please listen to the meaning of the fourth with full attention. Srila Rupa Goswami says in his Vidagdha Madhava, "May that Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Shachi Devi, be transcendentally situated in the innermost core of your heart. Resplendent with the radiance of molten gold, he has descended in the age of Kali by his causeless mercy to bestow what no incarnation has ever offered before. the most elevated mellow
Okay.
of devotional
Can
service,
you hear
the mellow of
can you hear
conjugal
that?
love.
Yeah, you hear that. Okay. Let me know on the audience out there. Can you hear this? Talking, the guy talking.
Lord Krishna, the
Volume
son
is
of the
up.
King of Raj, is the Supreme Lord. He eternally enjoys transcendental pastimes in his eternal abode, Goloka, which includes Vrajadam. Once in a day of Brahma, he descends to this world to manifest his transcendental pastimes.
Okay, this is chapter 3 of Adi Lila, Madhya Lila. Adi Lila, chapter 3. Very nice chapter about the external reasons for the Lord's descent. And I'll stop it and maybe we'll talk about it because I was getting some really great revelations and when I was listening to this. So let's see if it comes out. And by the way, you can listen to these YouTube. They're all free up there. Just do a search on YouTube for Chaitanya Charitamrita, and you'll see they're by Amala Bhaktidas, um, and their whole series, and they're beautiful. They're really nice. I've been listening for years. You'll get inspired, I'm sure, with understanding different things. It's just amazing, actually. Okay, here we go.
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Chaita Gadadhar Sivasati Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda.
And now, chapter 3 of the Adi Lila.
Can you hear me talking too? Yeah. Good.
I offer my respectful obeisances to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. By the potency of the shelter of his lotus feet, even a fool can collect the valuable jewels of conclusive truth from the minds of the revealed scriptures. All glories to Lord Caitanya. All glories to Lord Nityananda. All glories to Advaita Chandra. And all glories to all the devotees of Lord Caitanya. I have given the purport of the third verse. Now, O devotees, please listen to the meaning of the fourth with full attention. Srila Rupa Goswami says in his Vidagdha Madhava, "May that Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Shachi Devi, be transcendentally situated in the innermost core of your heart. Resplendent with the radiance of molten gold, he has descended in the age of Kali by his causeless mercy to bestow what no incarnation has ever offered before, the most elevated mellow of devotional service, the mellow of conjugal love." Lord Krishna, the son of the King of Raj, is the Supreme Lord. He eternally enjoys transcendental pastimes in his eternal abode, Goloka, which includes Vrajadam. Once in a day of Brahma, he descends to this world to manifest his transcendental pastimes. We know that there are 4 ages or yugas, namely Satya, Treta, Dvapara, and Kali. These 4 together comprise one Divya Yuga. 71 Divya Yugs constitute one Manvantara. There are 14 Manvantaras in one day of Brahma. The present Manu, who is the seventh, is called Vaivasvata, or the son of Vivasvan. 27 Divya Yugas, or 27 times 4,320,000 solar years of his age, have now passed. At the end of the Dvapara Yuga, of the 28th Divya Yuga, Lord Krishna appears on earth with the full paraphernalia of his eternal Vrajadam. Servitude, friendship, parental affection, and conjugal love are the four transcendental mellows. By the devotees who cherish these four mellows, Lord Krishna is subdued. Absorbed in such transcendental love, Lord Sri Krishna enjoys in Vraj with his devoted servants, friends, parents, and conjugal lovers. Lord Krishna enjoys his transcendental pastimes as long as he wishes, and then he disappears. After disappearing, however,
So this is the amazing thing here. Let's see, let's try to make this. Let's see here. Let's do this one here. Yeah. This is. See, it's astounding the opportunity that we have here. See, we have to. I mean, if you want to know stuff, you got to extend. We have to extend our vision through the Vedas, and in a disciplic line. Like these are just really clean, clear um, revelations and realizations that about how who God is and what He does and when He comes and all of this. And so those who do have faith in the scriptures and have some taste and realize that this stuff is real. I mean, the Lord comes into this Kali Yuga. These ages are very long. From Kali Yuga to Satya Yuga is an extraordinary long time, 4,320,000,000 years of cycles. And so 27 times from Satya to Kali, to Satya to Kali, to Satya to Kali, to Satya to Kali, 27. And the 28th time, Krishna appears with his transcendental abode and shows us, oh, by the way, you've been living in the reflection. You've been living, in the illusion. This looks real to you because it's just a reflection of your real eternal family. Here, you just come, you're born and you live and you have pastimes here. You pass your time in illusion, basically. And then you have children, you have fun with you. See, you're passing your time. Time is passing, and then you die, and everything was basically more or less for nothing. All you do is get more bound, and then you more desire again, to come back and have more children because you have that propensity, pushing us to, oh yeah, I want to have more children. And you can see, like here, the devotees, when they get attracted, even like Lalita, you can see, you're not overly attracted to grandchildren now and your children and all that. Matter of fact, at first, they're not even so attracted to you anymore because you're different. It's like you don't belong. It's like, you're like a stranger now. Stranger in a strange land. We thought we knew this person, but it's changed. This is the power of Lord Caitanya's influence. And to actually get to this point without the mercy of the Lord and his actual devotees is really not possible, not practically possible. You can't do enough austerities. You can't do enough of Narayan Raj's austere program to attain Lord Chaitanya's grace. You either got it or you don't. And if you don't, there's a way to get it, and that's what we teach, because most people ain't got it. They just don't have it. Narayan Raj didn't have it. His disciples don't have it. No matter how austere they are, they ain't got it, man. But we got it. Now I'm here to prove it on the order of Prabhupada and the Krishna's blessing. Yeah, go ahead. Krishna basically is sitting on the tree saying, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. If they listen to you, okay, I'll give them my darshana. That's what you want. Okay, no problem. That's how extraordinary it is. So that's why the associates have to come, because it's too hard to attain any other way. That's why Jesus, what do you think Jesus said? Do you want to come into the kingdom that he came to bring? You got to go through the door. Otherwise, you're thrown out. You get maybe some guy coming around, in the Osho group type thing, and they'll pump some energy into the heart chakra and get it picked to explode, and some premature Kundalini experience, and then you go and then you're left, like, okay, what do you do now? They're trying to climb in some other way. There's an authorized way. Jesus taught it just by being himself, by being who he was, being in touch with the Lord and the Lord speaking through him. It's always that way, just like it's that way now. Here, you can ask any of the devotees here, ask them if they would have attained what they have now if they didn't find the authorized process with a real guru who is empowered by this special bhakti to get this thing. That's why, anybody in any of these Sampradaya, ISKCON, Gaudiya Math, Gaudiya Smiti, or the world, anybody, you want to come into the kingdom of Vrindavan? Well, you need a Vrindavan resident. Otherwise, you're not getting in. They're the doormen or women. You go through them or not. It's like there's a portal to another dimension, another place or another planet. You either go through that portal or you don't get in there. It's special. The devotee is special. He's not just like all these other devotees. You guys on the Facebook is so stupid. They think, "Oh, why did you tag me, man? You're just They're thinking you're just ordinary devotees. I don't let them tag me. You shouldn't tag me either and bother me. Oh, you're lucky we're bothering you. This is not anything. This is not religion. Vaishnavism is religion now, just a bunch of rules, regulated. They don't have the power to deliver anybody. Narayan Raj didn't prove anything. That's why, what's that to me? Who did you deliver? Show me one example of deliverance. So they can tout your glory. Oh, he's so great. Who did you deliver? I still didn't see. And when I started preaching, all I know is they're opposed to ecstatic love. They're opposed to preaching the word that exposes everything else. So hey, man, I guess you didn't make it, man. So you got to think, you got to understand, this is different. And so the Lord is very merciful. He comes once every 20 on the 28th Divya Yuga, 27 cycles, and then on 28th. Long time. And so we're at that time now. And you're in such a place because even though he came, you still got to meet a devotee, don't you? It's been 500 years since that you've met a devotee, or you met Prabhupada, or maybe Bhakti Siddhanta. But they didn't preach this. They didn't preach the mercy of Lord Caitanya. You can get like this, like this. I mean, they sort of mentioned it. Yeah. But most of the leaders were too busy licking their chops in both groups, in Prabhupada and Bhaktisana. They talked about it. Prabhupada talked about it. Other people talked about it. They were so busy licking their chops to become gurus. They want to be big. It's just like the natural in the world. People want to be big. They want to be acknowledged. They want to be important. That's human, man. So Jesus came in the same yuga to prepare. Yeah, obviously. Especially he's around still because he's preparing. He's getting some of these demons out, preparing them for us. I tell you, I don't want to deal with these huge, humongous demons coming out of people with the, they're getting them out. Yeah, yeah, you work over there. Yeah. So it's beautiful, man. We're in such a great place, and you're going to see in this chapter, he's going to talk all about the simple things that we're doing, the duties of a Vaishnava, which are about duty. It's just how we can find happiness. It's just what we're doing right here. You can go to 1,000 lectures of Acharya Dev or Jayapataka or Radhanath and not get as much blessing, as much realization as you get in a half a class here. I ain't exaggerating, man. Because you can follow the path they preach for 40, 50 years. And in half a class, if you listen attentively, I can bust that illusion. Show you how you basically more or less wasted your time and put you on the real path in half a class. Good, it's possible. If people can listen, if they're ready to listen. That's how much truth there is here, and how much truth there must be for some kind of deliverance in the world. As it is truth, the real deal, not a bunch of stuff, speculations going on. Hypocrisy. The whole world in this is hypocritical, man. So much hypocrisy. I was thinking about this today. I was listening to David Icke. You know how this thing. Let's look. Let's bring it home. Let's use the Queen. Oh, mourning the Queen and Prince Charles comes. Oh, the Queen. I feel so sad. It'll be a day of mourning, and the public. I'm going to teach you about hypocrisy of the world and religion. Listen closely, everybody. Oh, poor Queen, oh, she died. And David Icke says, I studied the Queen and researched her. He's a journalist for 30 years. And if you knew who this Queen and this Charles guy really is, you would not be a mourning. You would be one to vomit. This is this friggin' world, especially now. Thank God. Hail coming to Kali Yuga this time. You give me fantastic examples, and they're so provable too now about the hypocrisy of the world. The hypocrisy of these friggin' gurus. I just look at friggin' gurus. Keeping everybody in illusion. That's what they do. That's the way the world turns and turns and turns. Religious leaders and Pharisees and Brahmins and now so-called gurus. And it's all hypocritical, the whole thing. Oh, Guru Dev, deliver me. Yes, my son, I bless you. You go to Vrindavan. Oh, but the truth is they're not in Vrindavan. How can they bring you there? Where's the empowerment of the God of Vrindavan, Krishna and Radha, working through them? And also Vishnu, destroying the demons, which is the work of Vishnu. Huh? That's why we got a little bit of everything going here, right? See, a little Radha, a little Krishna, a little Vishnu. Vishnu Duda. How else can you get there? We need to, bust some demon stuff. Incidental, is it? It's an incidental thing, activity. Just part comes with the territory. See, so we're lucky to be born at this time. See? We're lucky to have this association. All right. we?
He thinks thus: For a long time I have not bestowed unalloyed loving service to me upon the inhabitants of the world. Without such loving attachment, the existence of the material world is useless.
So how many people know that? Who's preaching that? Who? Give me one example, somebody preaching that this friggin' world, other than us, is useless to Krishna. Without coming to the point, without you Vaidis coming to the point, without you worldly people, whoever you are, this is the truth. Without you coming to the point of the awakening of ecstatic love of God, you're a worthless person in the eyes of God. It's the opposite of what those demons are thinking about you. You know what they're thinking? I'll tell you, that guy, the protege of Carl Schwab. He's saying, our new world order, at best you'll be a slave. This is telling you stupid people out there who believe the bullshit of your leaders on all levels. They're all bullshitting you all the way into religion. They're not any better than you. Sometimes they're worse than you. Usually they're worse than you. In the new world order, you're useless. You're going to be useless because you have it's not, we can't even use you. That's why we're getting rid of you. Now the Lord is thinking the truth. See, the Lord is thinking the truth. Hey, this whole world is useless without devotion to God. Without you being awakened and in your eternal relationship, it's basically useless. What are you doing? You're just in like a Disneyland that has a lot of misery. It's not like you're even going, when you go to Disneyland, you have fun all the time, usually, right? Well, in this Disneyland, sometimes you're having some fun, bodily fun. And then a lot of times you're really distressed. One day, one life, you might die in a plane crash. You might come as an ant. One life, who knows, man? Come as a dog. Have some owner love you. Oh, I just loved you. You know, and you'll be, did you give me food? Who knows? This is so. I mean, is that really useful to you, or who you really are, or to God? I mean, just think about it, and think about, the Lord says, with love of God, then everything's fantastic. Everything's perfect. Everything is lovely. Oh, he's very happy and you're very happy because you're awake, right? Are you happy now there, Lalita? Are you happy being awake? Or would you rather be cleaning the toilets and distributing cookies and they're telling you that, you're not very good. Give us some money. It's much better with love of Krishna, right? It's you, isn't it? Do you feel useful to the Lord? Is he useful to you? I mean, to be honest, I use the Lord all the time. I use him. I take advantage. I'm here an opportunist, man. Hey, man, I'm here to take advantage of the Lord, and the Lord loves it. Hey, take it. I never decrease. I always everything increases. You take advantage of me, and everything is great. See, the world ain't like that. Carl Schwab and his all his people at the WEF, they're all thinking, "Hey, man, we want to take advantage of you, and you're gonna suffer, man. You're gonna be miserable. We're gonna have you in a little cubicle. We're gonna put stuff in you. We're gonna put the chips in your brain, and we're gonna control even your thoughts, and we're gonna do all that. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do." Hey. And the Lord is saying, "Hey, take advantage of me. And I'll take advantage of you and preach and liberate people through you. And you're going to love it. You're going to love talking about the absolute truth. And people that are looking for light and the truth and the real path are going to love listening to you. Hey, that's the kind of wealth we're distributing, man. I'm here to make people wealthy. And my wealth increase. Look at this. You guys are my wealth. My wealth are my friends here. My wealth is Fanny. My wealth, I consider my wealth Amy, Lalita, Owen, and Janaki, and so many. My wealth, because God is living in you. I'm here to collect wealth. Madness. Totally mad preaching, isn't it? Insane. Who thinks like that? I don't know. I don't care. I think like that. I like thinking like this. I'm an individual and I'm here to make individuals. I love seeing you guys becoming, as you are in your spiritual bodies in this world, not being taken out. You don't have to, you know, you're here and you share that with people and help them come into their spiritual truth, who they are, and flash that glory, the real beauty in this world, like jewels. You have a jewel, you show it, man. Show, hey, man, look at these jewels. See, everybody, they like to flash their jewelry, right? Oh, look at this. Look at my earrings. Look at this. Look at that. I also, you're my jewelry. Hey, man, I'm flashing my jewelry all over the place. Lolita, hey, these my jewels. Take a look. How you like them? Nah, I'm Ram Das Bijavasi. I don't like that. Yeah, too bad for you. We're still gonna flash it, and you'll get purified by seeing it. The glitter, the glitter. He can't give it up. He's thinking about Lolita day and night. You know, how is he gonna dethrone her? How is he gonna, you know, to his good fortune actually. You have to marry Lalita. I already married her to Krishna. I'm not here for wives. Are you kidding? Man, too much troubles. I get married to Krishna. He has 16,000 over in there. He can handle it. Too much trouble. He can handle. He can make different forms and do all that stuff. Yeah, that's for him, right? Aren't you glad to be married to Krishna? Much better. No, no way. Ask Janaki. She knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's a marriage without trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. We're here to marry people to Krishna, to Lord, we're eternally, that's our soul is actually, once it's awakened, and your love for God is awakened, then that is your marriage forever. This is the one we're looking for. True love, you know. Without that, and this bullshit that they're preaching, oh, love, and these hypocrites and liars, man. You call them gurus. Oh, it's all about love. Yeah, it's all about love. They can't give you that love. They're cheating you. They ain't qualified, man. Hey, man, it's as it is here. Sorry, you got to get everything as it is. Only the associates of Lord Caitanya. Don't tell me that you are Krishna devotees, really, unless you understand what I'm saying. Unless you're an associate of Lord Caitanya and a resident of Vrindavan, you're no guru, man. You're just bullshitting yourself and bullshitting people. You're not a deliverer. I mean, if you say, listen, I'm not even really a spiritual teacher yet because I haven't found the real path yet. Because it hasn't been taught to me. You have to have Raganuga teachings from a Raganuga devotee, no, a spontaneous devotee. And then you have to be awakened. And I haven't seen an awakened guru yet. It's all a big show. It's this external thing. It's like they do in the world. They have a public image, but inside they're full of dead friggin' bones. Have you heard Jesus? You think that's ever changed? You got to be with a real guru like that, who sees like that. And then you got to get purified listening to that, and all your attachment to bullshit burns up. See things as they are, not the public image. This is the thing. People see looking at the image, the outside, the hypocrisy of it. And these people are just naturally psychopathic. And they think if you believe in their bullshit, you deserve to die. I'm telling you, man. They're devils and demons. They think like that, psychopaths. You can study it, psychopaths. They think if you believe our bullshit, then you don't deserve to hear. This for them, it's survival of the fittest. And if you're not crafty and smart, then you're not going to make it in this world. What did Jesus say? Be as wise as serpents, as these serpents out there are all over the place. The public image, and inside they're different. This whole World War III is fought on that plane of hypocrisy, actually. You got all these people, they're hypocrites, Yeah. So anyway, it just is what it is. You want to live? You want the life? You want eternal life? Eternal life, internal life, eternal life. It's eternal, internal. Yeah, you want to chant the holy name in great ecstasy like this? You want Krishna's protection? Does this look good to anybody? If you call yourself a Krishna devotee in Gaudiya Smriti, Gaudiya Math, or ISKCON, you call yourself a devotee and you don't like this, you don't see its glories, you are not any devotee at all yet. You're bullshitting yourself. This is bhakti here, right before your face. These are the loud shouts coming up that you're going to hear. The loud shouts of Gauranga inspiring somebody, blowing away your elephantine offenses by believing in hypocrisy and hypocrites. Persons who can't deliver you and you think they can deliver you. That's hypocrisy. It's a lie. It's a cheat job. Or criticizing somebody who just tells you the truth. The emperor has no clothes. None. They're nude. Flashers. Flashy flashers. How many have we heard? These religionists. Look at even in ISKCON. Come on, man. I'm Guru Dev, I'll deliver you, and all that stuff, all that shit going on. Come on, man. I'm happy to be just a regular person, man. I'm not too good, not too bad. Just, the Lord will use better people like that. Not too good, not too bad, Isn't it better? You're just an ordinary people in the world, or normal people are not too good, not too bad. As soon as you try to be too good, you're in trouble. Or as soon as worse than that, try to appear too good because you want to be a big guru, and people think, well, you got to be too good to be a good guru. You got to be better than me. But they're not. Usually they're worse than you by taking the position. I'm here to teach you can be a carpenter like Jesus and be used by God to deliver millions like he did. Sachi's here. I'm here to scare the willies out of Sachi Devi today. Don't go hide in the corner with your cat. You can just grab your cat and pet it nicely to calm down. And Maria also, she can pet Luna. She can go hard. He's a little bit excitable today, He's a little excited. Just pet Luna and pet your little kitty cat. I forget what's her name? I forgot already. It's been so long. Calm down. Yeah. Hey man, this is apocalypse, man. What's been hidden in the closets is being shouted from the rooftops. Even in the world, people are becoming waking up. It's a great time. That helps you let go, man. You got to lose faith in the world. You can leave me out of your speech today. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, back to the thing here.
Everywhere in the world people worship me according to the scriptural injunctions. But simply by following such regulative principles, one cannot attain the loving sentiments of the devotees in Vrajabhumi. Knowing my opulences, the whole world looks upon me with awe and veneration. But devotion made feeble by such reverence does not attract me. Principles as long as he wishes, and then he disappears. After disappearing, however, he thinks thus: for a long time I have not bestowed unalloyed loving service to me upon the inhabitants of the world. Without such loving attachment, the existence of the material world is useless. Everywhere.
See, yeah, and that's for a long time. Krishna has not bestowed loving attachment upon the world, right? Long time, long time. And loving attachment to Krishna, Vrindavan. See, that's the highest dham. Even liberated souls in Vaikuntha can't go there. You have to have permission. Or you have to associate with if a Vrindavan devotee would come there, and they don't usually want to leave Vrindavan. That's not their thing. Why do they want to go to Vaikuntha, where they're all in reverence? They have very intimate dealings with God, and it's very attractive. Matter of fact, it's hard to get Krishna out of there. When he came in Mathura, when he came, the demigods called him to come down to destroy the demons and all that. So he goes to Vrindavan first. Then, man, that uh, Akura had to plead, he had to beg, practically drag Krishna out of there. He didn't want to go, even though he had a duty to do. He's like, I don't know if I can leave this place. What, I got to kill a demon? No, I don't know if I want to do that. It's not like this place is hard to leave. Yeah, so for a long time, Krishna has not bestowed loving service, and he's not going to do it directly like this. He's going to do it. That's why you see Jesus and the devotees. And I always say this. I say, look at the work the Father is doing. Look at what Krishna is doing for you. If my words were a lie, that you can say, Gaur, you're offensive to pure devotees. You don't believe in ISKCON gurus that they're pure devotees. I don't. You don't believe even in the illustrious Narayan Raj that he could deliver. I don't. So, and you can say all these things, but I say, look at the work Krishna's doing in the hearts of those who listen to this preaching, those who believe in these words, those who check what I say in the scriptures to see that these concepts, these conceptions are actually in there. That actually there are witnesses here that actually have this awakening of devotion and love of God. So you can say all that stuff, which is a smokescreen, but those persons have not awakened love of God in anybody that I've seen. But that's happening here. So who's more right in the eyes of Krishna? Who's more right in his, not just your eyes or my eyes? How about Krishna's eyes? Where he's bestowing that love of God, love of Krishna, Vrindavan again. So don't tell me that you're sweating the small stuff. Oh, Gohar, you drank a cup of coffee. Gohar, you did this. Gohar, you're sitting by that lady. Gohar, this and Gohar, that. But where is the Lord saying, I approve of your preaching? You notice I told you, Prabhupada said, I approve of your preaching. Why wouldn't he? People are getting love of God that he didn't distribute himself. It wasn't time. That's why he said, I approve of it. Yeah, I want it. This is where I wanted it to go. I see. So Krishna is approving of this preaching. So if it's good with, sorry, I didn't see you there. Sorry, I didn't. Yeah, you got to write something. Otherwise, I didn't see. So good. Yeah, I didn't. You know, if Krishna is not approving of the preaching, it won't show in the awakening of devotees here. And that everybody should start to think like that. You should think, well, because Maya is very strong. Maya is tricking everybody. She puts on that show, external show, and inside is something else, which people are seeing in the world. This queen and the king, they're all, horrible people doing satanic rituals and all that stuff. And then they go and they put that show on, oh, the queen, and so bullshit. River knew about this stuff, I think, right? Didn't you know about the queen, right? See? All you have to do is a little research, but people are so brain dead from, being programmed from the TVs and Maya and these demons. They that's what they control people like that. You know. See, we're using the same techniques as the demons. You notice that? The demons, they program you, right? They get you to watch the TV and they put television. Let us tell you a vision. Is the vision good? Is it really good? You become stupider, you become less intelligent, you can't critically think. See, and devotees are using the same technique as the demons. It's just the other side of it because they're working for God. So yeah, you come here. Yeah, you're right. You're being programmed, man. You're being deprogrammed here and programmed. You're being deprogrammed from the bullshit you see. Oh boy, look at this stuff I believed in. It was all a lie. It's all Maya. And then you're being programmed with what? The absolute truth. Freedom gives you freedom. Oh, wow, thank you for the program. The programming is just the program is just awakening of what you are. Who you really are, what you really are, your eternal relationship with God, your loving eternal relationship with God. That's already programmed in, though. We only just have to awaken it. Actually, it's more deprogramming. We just clear the brain of all this artificial things. Yeah, because you're inside when we're reconnected with God again. No, automatically you become naturally intelligent. You become a genius. You become a great speaker. Yeah, you be a great you get automatically transcendental qualities begin to manifest through you. You have uncommon prowess in this world. Yeah, the Lord really likes your preaching because whoever listens to it is free. They'd be set free very easy. And that's not only this is the beauty of it. It's not like I'm going to be sitting on a throne like these Carl Schwab's guys, and you're going to be little serfs. You guys become kings and queens yourselves from this preaching. The Lord wants to make them. You become like gods in this world, empowered servants of the transcendental Lord. But you know your position, right? We know our position, not to be God, to be servants of the Lord, to relish the association of the Lord. And that's the absolute, eternal, highest, greatest, most fantastic truth. You're not going to learn that in a Tony Robbins seminar, which he charges an arm and a leg for. You can't learn that from Muji either, and he also charges you an arm and a leg. Ask the river. It ain't cheap to go do these things that don't work very well. They get you a material result or a speculation result. Here, you come here just of your own free will. Just come here. Let us stay on the line for a while and get hooked on the absolute truth. There's nothing like it. I'll prove it to you. There's nothing like the absolute truth. There's nothing like chanting the holy name in ecstasy. You can ask the witnesses, go to some of their classes. So this, Rade says, I love your preaching, but where can I find the Lord? It's kind of cute, kind of thing she says. Well, just keep loving the preaching, and all will happen spontaneously at the proper time. You found, but you haven't realized it yet. So just keep listening and keep feeling good hearing. Yeah. So long time, I don't know what you're talking about there in the context. Okay, moving on here.
Where in the world people worship me according to the scriptural injunctions. But simply by following such regulative principles, one cannot attain the loving sentiments of the devotees in Vrajabhumi.
You know how many people are still believing in that? Vaishnava, oh, Gauri, you're preaching wrong. No, we can attain the Raghunuga Bhakti, a spontaneous devotion, by following the rules and regulations. And I keep saying the verse. No, see, the verse says that simply by following the rules and regulations of Varnashram Dharma and what you learned in ISKCON or Gaudiya Math and Gaudiya Samiti, you cannot attain the loving sentiments of Vrindavan. It's simple. The verse says it and the devotee says it, and then I'll just explain it more, because you get it through association with those who have the loving sentiments. You can do Narayan Raj program or the Gaudiya, they're all teaching ISKCON, Gaudiya Math, Gaudiya Smriti, always the austere program, the renunciation program, the contamination program. It is. It's a contamination. It ain't the truth. You can go and follow that, and you can think, I'll follow all the rules strictly. I'll chant 1 lakh of offensive rounds with dry. I'll do that, and I'll attain spontaneous devotional service. I believe that. Everybody's preaching that. The gurus are preaching that. Prabhupada even preached it a little bit. But no, did he really? You see the verse, the postgraduate? He wrote that. He transcribed that. He knows that this is the way it really works. With neophytes, you say, yeah, they don't understand anyway. Yeah, just follow the rules right now. Just work for Krishna. Do these things. This deep philosophy, not time yet. No. See, so that has to be busted out of your ideas simply by this. The Ritviks are thinking like that, right? Ritviks, oh yeah, I can just read Prabhupada's books and I attain Vrindavan. That's what it says, right? That's what it says. Well, hey man, that's why you got to worship for a long time, I guess, because what, you can't see what's plainly evident simply by following the rule. I'll just repeat the verse. I can even remember that, I think, even with my memory like it is. Yeah, simply by following the rules and regulations of the Vedas, you cannot attain the loving sentiments of the Vrindavan residents. So how can you? Oh, then there's another verse coming. Oh yeah, it's not by renunciation and sadhana and everything they're teaching in Gaudiya Smriti, Gaudiya Math, and ISKCON, everything they're teaching. It's not that way. It's through the devotees who chant the holy names with great ecstatic devotion. Hey, do you see any of that going on here? You see any great ecstatic devotion? Do I have to yell more and blow some anarthas out of your nose, or your ears? It's through the devotees who chant the holy name with great ecstatic devotion. Did you hear me? Oh, did you hear the book? I just read it from the book. Oh, yeah, he said it. Through the devotees. So this is the place to be, you guys out there. Do you want ecstatic devotion? Do you want Vrindavan? Because your gurus can't give it to you. Where are they chanting the holy names with great ecstatic devotion? If they are, the symptoms of transformations in the body, the tears, the holy laughter, the choking up, and you see that person is otherworldly, man, in another world, another dimension of happiness that is extraordinary. They're not insane. They are sane. True sanity is that. Okay? So everywhere else, don't tell me you're looking for Krishna, because if you don't hear what I'm saying and where Krishna is here. Because that Lord that was here 550 years ago and said that, for a long time Krishna, 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 has not bestowed the loving sentiments of the residents of Vrindavan on the inhabitants of the world. Did not bestow. How is he going to do it now? He hasn't done it in 550 years publicly. He's going to go through his empowered devotee who's going to preach this message, the same message that the book is preaching. He's going to awaken people that in their hearts who believe in his representative of ecstatic devotion in this world. And they show they're a representative. They show, you see, we represent this path of ecstasy. Ecstatic worship. And we glorify the truth about it as it is, just verbatim. See, make it a verb in your life, verbatim. See, a verb, action. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah. You start shaking, you start crying, you start choking up. See, you become a verb. The action. The Lord is working in me. After your mouth starts going, testifying like river, talking all, this is so great. Blah, blah. Action movie. Now you're showing something on the stage of the world that's different than Varnashram Dharma. Isn't that what they're doing? Well, let us show you what it is to worship Krishna. Varnashram Dharma and then external worship of the deities and throwing water on the deity. That's the way to worship. So that's on the stage of the world. What is our stage? Oh, we show you another way to worship the deity. Tears coming out of your eyes, from the verses and the name and the holy laughter coming and jumping around. And the Lord, he loves fun-loving, ecstatic worship, man. It even looks better than the stiff formalities and all that stuff. Well, if you're into that, well, go to do that, man. But on our stage of our preaching, this is a show, man. The greatest show on earth is ecstatic devotion, isn't it? The expression of ecstatic devotion and preaching the truth, destroying ignorance. What a great show. Hey, now, because it's being shown. See, shown. That's why people don't know. It hasn't been shown until these days now. Since our preaching started publicly. Ask Maria, we're going mainstream now. Yeah. Okay. Great verses.
Knowing my opulences, the whole world looks upon me with awe and veneration. But devotion made feeble by such reverence, does not attract me.
I like that. Does not attract me. Made feeble. This like this. That's why, you know, don't you want to attract the Lord? If you don't, you know what you're going to be? You're going to stay in your sorries your whole life. I see these devotees. You're going to show your tits. I mean, let's just be graphic about it. You're going to show your tits in a nice, tight sari, and you're going to get all the guys to look at you. But you won't attract Krishna. See? That's called materialistic Vaishnavism. You want to attract, don't tell me you sorry ladies, because you're going to be sorry. You sorries out there. You want to attract Krishna or not? See? He's attracted to this devotion. You got to get it as a gift from the Devotees Association. The Lord will bestow upon you. You take our preaching seriously, then you get the power to attract the Lord, even if you're the ugliest bitch in the world. Ooh, I'm getting people's attention now. Ooh, he cussed. He said this. Well, you know. Hey, Vedavyas, he was ugly. Yeah, this you read Mahabharata. He was so ugly that when they wanted to have a baby with this lady for some reason I forgot why, she couldn't look at him. He was so ugly. But he wrote the beautiful Bhagavatam. He attracted the Lord. And you ladies with the saris, let this be a lesson to you. Let this be a lesson to you ladies out there. You don't know what it is to attract. You come here and we'll get you to attract Krishna. Wouldn't that be better? Well, otherwise, the best you can do is attract these ISKCON devotees or devotees in these movements. They'll usually treat you like shit, don't they? We hear that all the time, man. Their husbands, they won't give them any affection or nothing because they're afraid to get polluted. And they're just one miserable experience because, and they treat you like a second-class person. Yeah, I mean, if that's what you want to attract, people like, with your saris, you can wear your sari. You don't have to even give that up. Isn't that beautiful? You come here, you don't even have to give it. We have beautiful women here too. A lot of they're beautiful. Look at that Shama Sundari. My God, that woman is like model material. But she attracts Krishna. Krishna is attracted to her. She keeps. You notice you see, the Lord ain't looking. Are you beautiful? Or are you ugly physically? Isn't this hope for people? Fat, skinny, doesn't matter, man. Are you in the right place? Are you with the right persons? Do you know? It's a who's who. Do you know the right people, right, Tom? That's what it's about. And then you get in where you can't get in. You try to get into the WEF over there. You got to have 500 million. What is it? So, million pounds or some 500 something million pounds, and then you still got to have all these requirements to get in to the WEF to be part of the elites, and how they're going to make their kingdom is they have to kill and destroy a lot of people because there's more of us normal ordinary people, and there's only a few of these degenerates that want to be our masters. And I say degenerates. You want attracting Krishna as part of the elite group, man. You want to be around people like that. And they're very few. Only ecstatic devotion, only the kind of chanting that you see these devotees like River and Lalita do and others attracts Krishna. I mean, the Vedas say that he's not attracted to only this loving, ecstatic worship. I just read that, right? Without this, the world, your bhakti is useless. Your bhakti expression, the book says that without this loving, ecstatic devotion is useless. The Lord said in other places, I'm just repeating what Lord Caitanya said. Oh, you can follow the rules and regulations and study the Vedas, but if you don't develop this loving attraction for Krishna, you've been laboring fruitlessly. Ask Johan, he studied and he knows the difference now. The difference between fruitless and fruit. Any questions or comments? He's thinking about it.
Yeah, I was writing these. Again, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Like I don't like this additional conditions when there is they want to uh, they offer you something, and then afterwards they come with additional rules, additional conditions.
Yeah, right.
Then I know that there's something wrong.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, everything has additional conditions unless you come the simple way. You come through the gate, and then it becomes so simple. All you do is accept the association of the ecstatic devotees. They have so much power. There's so much potency and power here for the protection of Krishna. Then the only ones in our sangha that might have some problems is just usually their little faith, a little bit 2 feet in two boats. So Krishna gives them, well, he says, well, if you stay more over here, you'll get the protection. But if you try to put 1 foot over there on the Vaidhi platform and you wonder, why don't I get the full protection? Well, learn from the examples of those who get the full protect. They're all in. You don't see Lalita thinking about some other program, some other mission, or Johan or Janaki. They're all in. Or River. You see her interested in any other program? See? And there's power, isn't it? When you're with a corporation, and the elitist of all elite corporations, Lord Chaitanya's. You're a intimate associate of Lord. He's making them so easily here. Look at River. Look how easy River became an ecstatic devotee. Look how easy Lalita became an ecstatic. Look at that, with the symptoms of being a confidential. See, how do you know who is a confidential? Can you imagine 40 years you've spent with the Charya Devs and Radhanavs, and you don't know what is a confidential associate of Lord Chaitanya, or the symptoms? That's why I say one class will bust all your wasted time. And the only fruit that I would say you got there is if it gets you here. If that didn't get you here, fruitless. But if it gets you here, glories to the preaching of Radhanath. It got you here. That's the glory of it. It got you here. All glory is sitting on a machine for 30 years there because it got you here, River. All glories to anything that you've done, and you getting burned out there, Lalita being the goody two shoes because it got you here. And now you're listening and you're getting the fruit. And then seeds come from you, and you're seeding the world. Otherwise, what do you get, man? You're part of that, the Maya's seeding. What is she seeding? Clouds to rain poison on people. Can you believe that? You want to serve like that? Or you want to be serving these gurus who can't deliver you, and poison comes out of you because they don't preach the real books of Prabhupada? If they did, they would get off of their seat. And that's proof they ain't bona fide, man, because they're not preaching the books clearly. They're an illusion. They're preaching illusionary material. The book's chapter 1 of Adi Leela, man, about who is a spiritual master is very clear. They are an eternal associate of Lord Caitanya. They've gotten the mercy. They're a confidential resident of the spiritual world. They are the external manifestation of the supersoul. You can see that with your own eyes. You can hear it with your own ears. You hear what no human being has spoken to you before. Their words are scriptures. Their feelings are spirit from the spiritual dimension. You can hear and you can see what you cannot hear and see inside your own self yet. And that's why they're here. That's why this guy is here. Ooh, I see a lion behind you. Appropriate picture. What was the point? I forgot my point. I don't hear anything. Is it my thing?
Feet in two birds.
Yeah.
Oh, feet
Yeah,
into both.
exactly.
Yeah. So I tell you, just keep sticking around, keep looking around, and Krishna will show you the examples here and how you want to be like that. You want to be empowered, or you want to hold on to your opinion. Well, I don't know, quite agree with Gohari. I think he should kiss the ass of these persons a little bit more. Go ahead there, Lalita.
Krishna wants to empower you. He wants a change. How do you want that he empowers you when you don't choose for that change?
Yeah. You got to see. I keep telling everybody this is the real mission now. If you come here, get with this mission, and Prabhupada will automatically be pleased. He'll be more pleased because you're with the current preaching, where he wants everything to go, and that otherwise you're serving on back there. You're in back of the line. Here is the front of the line. You can't be. You either got to come into the front of the line or in the back of the line. You choose. So, like Mina, she decided to go back into the back of the line. Okay, preach to the. Get her live that desire out. All of them. They can be teachers and important people and all that stuff. Here, you get that without even thinking about it. Just by following the real path, you become the best teacher. just by coming here and getting purified and following the real path, sincerely, you become automatically acknowledged. And you're not even thinking about it. You're too busy acknowledging. I get more pleasure. Sometimes I have to use myself as an example and all that, but I get more pleasure glorifying the devotees here when I can sincerely do it, honestly do it. And I'm even happy to chastise them a little bit because I got to do it and help them out, Yeah. Okay, back. Okay. Oh, I see what I was doing.
By performing such regulated devotional service in awe and veneration, one may go to Vaikuntha and attain the 4 kinds of liberation. These liberations are Sarshti, achieving opulences equal to those of the Lord; Sarupya, having a form the same as the Lord's; Samipya, living as a personal associate of the Lord; and Salokya, living on a Vaikuntha planet.
The funny thing is, you get the same thing when you make it to Vrindavan. See, but if you follow the rules strictly and all, Prabhupada in this purport, he'll say that actually only if you do it flawlessly, and in Kali Yuga, it's pretty hard to flawlessly follow all these rules, so it'll take you lifetimes. You see, or the other alternative is you get the mercy of the Lord's devotees for this ecstatic devotion. See, and then you get all of that. That's very hard to attain like that. You get it very easily. You become a personal associate of the Lord, right? You don't even have to go to Vrindavan. You just create Vrindavan just by your preaching, just by what you say and how you act in the world. You know, you're a personal associate. You live on the same planet as the Lord. Even here, you get so close with the Lord, you don't have to go to Vaikuntha to be with the Lord. See? You're in such close association that you bring the Lord here, just like his pastimes were brought here. That's the glory of this intimate relationship. So all these things you get, and also you get a body like the Lord. The Lord's body, transcendental body, the real body. I made a comment to Lalita with the body of the Lord. The real body of the Lord is his spiritual body. The ecstasy body, the Bhav body, with that kind of devotion, very different, this conjugal, body. See, you get a body like the Lord. The Lord, that's like his body, like he worshiped the Lord in that conjugal ecstasy. You get a body like that, if that's your relationship.
Devotees never accept Sayuja, however, since that is oneness with Brahman. I shall personally inaugurate the religion of the age, Nam-Sankirtan, the congregational chanting of the holy name. I shall make the world dance in ecstasy, realizing the four mellows of loving devotional service.
See, a lot of people, they say that the Lord only came to give the conjugal. You see, the four mellows. Some people may or may not have that. If you have the conjugal, then you can realize the four. But not everybody. Some people have a different nature. Look how many millions of people here. Anybody can come here. What, do I got to get only gopis to come here? How ridiculous is that? Even in the Lord's pastimes, he had sometimes intimate friends. He had manjaris and he had gopis and he had servants. Govinda was an intimate servant. He had friends like gopi friends and also cowherd boy friends like Nityananda. Cowherd boy, right? Nityananda, Balaram. So don't, people say they think they know all about Krishna. Krishna is Lord Caitanya. Everything is so clear when you worship the Lord with loving ecstasy. Then when you preach the things as they are, and then you do some really good work. Things aren't watered down with speculations and poisoned with speculations. It's poison. What, you want to be a Kalya? Most of you gurus, you're like Kalyas. You're in the river of Harikatha right there, and you're in Vrindavan. You're in the river, and you're preaching, and your preaching is poisoned. So what is Krishna going to do? Well, the only benefit you can get is if Krishna comes into your river, your stream. See, that you say, who is this guy? You got to do. You'll be just like, and that's what happens here. Krishna is jumping into your streams in ISKCON and all your groups and the world. Krishna is jumping into this stream of this Maya by this preaching. This is how we inject Krishna here, by as it is preaching. And at first, what does he say? If the fight goes, right? Just like that. They call you rose up out of the stream. You see, you guys rise up to condemn and criticize, right? Right? That, see how we did. You see how we entered the stream, the stream that where the Kalya is inside of Ram Das Vrijavasi, right? Entered his stream. What are you doing here in our? See the speculation. So it's kind of like a fight, right? Oh, you want to fight? See, but they get purified like this. There's no other way. That's the risk of preaching. Any comments?
I feel you are the hand. Krishna offered me guru, and I took that hand. I took that connection, and then my life is safe and everything is complete. That's all.
Yeah. Great. Simple, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I shall accept the role of a devotee, and I shall teach devotional service by practicing it myself. Unless one practices devotional service himself, he cannot teach it to others.
See? Yeah. So people are practicing devotional service in the Vaidhi persons. So you can apply that to two levels. Unless you practice devotional service on the level of Vaidhi Bhakti, you can't teach it that. The people can be looking for an example. You got to be an example of the rules, regulations, and all that. See? But now, what kind of devotional service did the Lord come to preach? I mean, really. He came to preach how to relish the name of God and the pastimes and the qualities. And so the only way you can really have the power, that's why you notice we can't give our class, I can't give a class, Lilita can't give a class without relishing this kind of bhakti, tasting this kind of ecstatic worship. You can't do it. You got to practice. And then you get the revelations and the realizations to share with people. That's the prasadam, that's the remnants. And the people eat that and they get purified and become like you. See, like Narada Muni in his last life, he got the benefit of the sages by hearing from them. He got purified and became like them, a great sage. See, but if you're not a great sage, see, if you're a great sage, well, you better have the ecstatic symptoms, otherwise you're nothing much. Especially, don't tell me that you're a great sage in this line and you don't have ecstatic love. You're not great at all. You're not great in the eyes of God, who's only looking at his ecstatic, intimate associates. And you're not great in the eyes of ecstatic devotees. You're only great in the eyes of Vaidhi Bhakta neophyte beginners who can't tell the difference between a real guru and a false guru. That's why all you millions of Vaishnavas out there following all those thousands of gurus, you can only see that. And they can only be great, they're only great in your eyes, not in the eyes of really truly liberated souls. Best I can do is to preach the truth and set you free. I'm here to free the captives also. Whoever will listen here, you grab the rope of the word here. And then you'll hold on to that and you'll be dragged out of illusion, out of you're in quicksand out there. You're in quicksand in religion, you're going down. Especially now in this time. Oh, your gurus are all going down in the quicksand. You're going with them. You're holding on to them. And they can't even deliver you. They don't have the symptoms of being able to deliver you. They're not a resident Vrindavan. They don't laugh and choke up and cry when they chant the holy name like the residents of Vrindavan are choking up and laughing and crying. When they worship Krishna, they think of Krishna, chant his name, or see Krishna. You're not like that. Therefore, you can't deliver them. You're in quicksand and you're going down and you're taking those holding on to you down also because you're inconclusive in your understanding. You're inconclusive in your ecstasy. You ain't got it yet. You don't even preach the importance of it. How do I know? Because nobody's coming here from those groups. If they did preach the real thing, you would be here in a heartbeat. You would be like Ramananda Roy said, if ecstatic devotion is available somewhere, which it is here, you would fly there. Nobody's flying here. So what good are your gurus? Not very good at all. Not top notch. They can't help you very well. They can only help neophytes. They're neophyte gurus themselves. You're a neophyte until you can appreciate this ecstatic worship. Don't tell me you're in the real line if you don't appreciate ecstatic worship. Don't tell me you're in the real line unless you preach as it is truth and starts with Guru Tattva. And you can't preach the real line if you put yourself in the position, because you're polluted by that. Automatically, you've grabbed the head of the snake. No way can you not be polluted by going by the name Guru, resident of Vrindavan. You're a hypocrite and a liar. Just admit it. Now something can be done. Otherwise not. You just go down in the quicksand of lies and darkness, dark ideas. Conclusive truth is the light, man. It's the rope. That's all. I'm throwing the rope out, man. If you listen and you hear that, you grab on, you'll be saved. You'll live. You'll find out what real life is. Real life is ecstatic worship, man. Real life is preaching the conclusive truth that comes from it. It's time for real life to be preached, to be practiced and to be preached, to be preached and to be practiced. It's time to get real. That's really the bottom line. It's time to be a real, find out how to be a real devotee and go on that path yourself. To find out what real devotion is by seeing real devotees and hearing its glories from them. You know what Lord Caitanya said? One must learn the glories of the holy name from the mouths of the revealed scriptures. How much better to hear the glories of the holy name from the mouth of a living devotee. Because they're reading that stuff and it doesn't seem to get through, does it? But boy, it'll get through here. Because why? You have the real mercy of Lord Caitanya. What is that mercy? To ecstatically worship the Lord in ecstasy beyond your ability to understand it. Okay? To those devotees, that kind of mercy, that rare mercy. Those who get the mercy of Lord Caitanya like that, and you get that only now through his living devotees. See, they preach the real pastimes and the real path of the pure devotional service. See, in the vision of the revealed scriptures. That's why I love to preach. I love to just to attention to detail. All the details about so people can get it. So, hey, man, it'd be nice to get a guru to get it. And then you can, come on, man, you got a chance to be a real guru, for God's sake. And not just a guru of neophytes. You'll take those neophytes and make them advanced devotees like this fool Gauri does. Takes housewives and food service workers, and they become advanced devotees because the Lord's blessing is here. And not with you guys, could not even Narayan Raj could make even one that I saw. Oh yeah, they were advanced in renunciation. I saw that. Oh, I saw advanced in following rules and regulations. I saw that. Oh, I advanced in that being a nice, superficial, external, nice person, even though inside I saw it wasn't like that inside. I saw also lots of pride and jealousies and all that stuff. I saw that. But this pure devotional service, I did not see. Didn't see anybody laughing and crying, choking up, or anything. I just heard where it was taken away so that they could preach. So don't tell me that I don't have a right to explain the truth of the way things really are out there in ISKCON. That's just a fact to me. And I dare any of those gurus to come here and show otherwise. You can't. How can you thwart the truth in Prabhupada's books? That's why you're so busy changing that. Then you can give us your changed books and say, you see in there, yeah, that's what you can do. But we're beating you to the punch. You couldn't change it. We have Prabhupada's unchanged books. So we'll preach from that. Thank you, Janaki's husband and Janaki, for preserving that for this daily, for our preaching here. So they can deny all kinds of stuff or change all kinds of stuff. But you come here, you'll see, you'll get the idea. What the real path and the glory of the real path preached. See, Fanny likes the lion. That's unusual. Look how isn't it? I find this fascinating. How gentle Fanny is, how kind, how amazing, And she likes this roar. You would think she would like, doing, man, this is. See, that's proof of the mercy of Lord Caitanya being on her and anybody else like that. What are you going to do if you're not prepared for the roar of Lord Caitanya? Wait, you're going to go on his path, he's going to roar, you're going to go, oh, just calm down. Well, actually, a lot of people do that. Don't think that it's so easy. Even back then, some devotees, when the Lord started roaring, they started shaking. Some of them, like, it's like intense. So it's not surprising that that happens here too.
This conclusion is indeed confirmed throughout the Gita and Bhagavatam. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharat, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. To deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principles of religion, I myself appear, millennium after millennium.
See, and I love this. This is very interesting. See, the Lord appears when irreligion is here and it's getting too much. But see, the Vaidis think, oh, he's appearing here. He appeared here. Now, the latest incarnation appeared to teach Vaidhi Bhakti. No! Those are not the real principles of religion now. Those are external. The Lord did teach a little of some for the beginners that wouldn't understand the deeper thing. But the Lord actually appeared to teach the path of spontaneous devotion. That's Chaitanya Charitamrita. That's why Prabhupada says postgraduate. He appeared to teach that path. That's why we're teaching. See, Prabhupada came, proved. Oh yeah, Gauri, teach the path of spontaneous devotion. It has my full approval now. That's why I get all excited doing it. That's why I have no doubts. None. Zero. You doubtful people, that's your problem. out there. Anybody doubtful? I have no doubts. I got Prabhupada's order and Krishna's blessing. I know. That's why I'm convinced now. And it's obvious. The Lord came here to. He even said, "I came." That kind of love that you just by following rules does not attract me. Does not attract me. Don't you want to attract the Lord? If not, you're going to put your little saris on and attract these persons to try to marry some guy with, from ISKCON or something. They'll treat you like a bum. Won't ever touch you because he's afraid to get polluted. No, they're afraid, They'll stay 10 feet away from you. I mean, that's the Vaidhi level. Now, how would you like to get the real devotion where you could be normal? Even if a little lust enters your heart, you chant Hare Krishna, it's gone. That's the truth, man. That's how it works. But you get a little lusty in this world and you chant dry lounge, the heart stays dry. The lust stays in, doesn't go away very fast. Maybe not at all. That's why the Lord, He wants to give us these blessings, where we can chant in ecstasy, even though we're not qualified. He came to give those. We just, if we will just listen to His devotees and follow the real path. The real path is the association of the empowered devotees, empowered with pure devotion, empowered to give you the gift of love of God and put you through the purification necessary for that. Yeah. See, so the real religious of the age, you'll see, you'll get more clear about that. I'm going to back up a little bit again.
Conclusion is indeed confirmed throughout the Gita and Bhagavatam. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharat, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself, to deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principles of religion. I myself appear, millennium after millennium. If I did not show the proper principles
See, to show the principles of religion. See, this is very important. So each incarnation comes to show the principles of religion. So this Kali Yuga, it's so degraded that there has to be a powerful process. See, powerful process. So the principles of religion are different than in Dwarka Yuga or Satya Yuga. It needed a more powerful process. See? And that powerful process is the association of his most intimate devotees when they're here and chanting the holy names in their association and getting purified to the point you become an ecstatic devotee. This is the real principles of religion now. You could see that. Look how fast you guys are becoming ecstatic devotees. Look how slow those in ISKCON and other groups, all the way to go to Smriti, are not yet ecstatic devotees. But look how fast you are. So this is why, because the Lord came here to teach the quick way. But most people still follow the slow path, because that's just it's less intelligent people in this world, especially in Kali Yuga. So gradually, by studying Prabhupada's books, following the rules, regulations, what you can do. By good fortune, if you come in contact with these ecstatic devotees in our Sangha and you become attracted, now there'll be fruit. Otherwise, it'll be more or less fruitless if just staying on the Vaidhi path. Didn't the Lord say that? It doesn't attract him. If without ecstatic devotion, without devotion, the world is useless. So am I saying anything, or just telling you the birds and the bees if you've grown up enough to hear them? If you die without this ecstatic love, it's been a useless journey, more or less. Oh yeah, in the modes. Okay, you've worked your ass off and developed the mode of goodness. You're a Brahmin, and okay, well, go to the demigods for a while, and then you come back here and get born in a Brahmin family. But it's always come back here like that. But the devotees here, you develop ecstatic love. You uh, you may take a birth in with Krishna's pastimes. Even Brahmins are not qualified to do that. You have to have natural attraction for for Krishna's pastimes. Especially if you're going to be born in Krishna Lila time, not you had to be advanced in bhakti to get his association. So anyway, this stuff is being given very very easily now, and I think my voice is done for a while. I've been yelling too much today. Okay, so why don't we end it here? Look, we got 20 people today. Midday, that's great. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed the class, and I know it's really different here, the preaching, but if you're meant for this, you'll come here and be attracted. Yeah. So I'll rest up the voice a little bit, and we'll be back. How did you like this way of listening to the Amala Bhaktidas?
Oh, Guru Maharaj, I love it. Balaram was always listening to that, and I didn't like it at all. It was working on my nerves. I was used to your voice. I didn't want to hear that voice. Now I love it suddenly by hearing it here in the class.
Oh,
Um,
good.
it-
Yeah.
yeah, I
You
couldn't
might
hear
have,
the voice.
yeah, but he might have been listening to the Chaitanya Bhagavat one, or another one by somebody else, and
No,
the
no,
voices are not very good. And the Chaitanya, I can't even listen to it either. This Chaitanya, the guy's
this
voice.
one. I recognize this one. I recognize this one. It
Oh,
was
this
this
one.
one
Okay.
that he was listening to,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, this one I like. I,
maybe
I, I, I just, yeah,
now I like it
yeah, that's
also.
good. Yeah.
You need to introduce, otherwise I don't like anything.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's lovely.
because
I don't
because
like
you, you
it.
you listen to it, it becomes more beneficial. It becomes more functional because
Yeah.
you listened to it before, and now the text is connected to you. And I don't know if I can explain more clear, but it became in line with this preaching, with your preaching.
Oh, okay. So maybe, yeah, maybe that's a, yeah. Okay, I'll do some of that. It kind of helps
You,
my
you,
voice too if I'm
yeah,
calm.
you enjoyed listening, and in that way, I also came in that um, mood of appreciating. Yes, because you appreciated it, I also became to appreciate it.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
You
good.
sucked us in.
Sucked you in. Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
All right, my friends. We'll see you in a little bit, huh?
Thank
Go
you.
about our prescribed activities.
Yeah. Bye.